actually, in this first part, I will not speak a lot because it's more you that will give feedback related to your time you had yesterday as a circle. And I don't know if you remembered, but we asked you to choose one person that will report on your time in circles. So we have 5 regions represented here. And please, the ones that are on satellites, you're more than welcome to send your feedbacks too. So you can use, whatever means you want to send us your feedback, but we will welcome them, of course. So let's start with the Middle East.
All right, hello everyone. So yesterday we were talking about the Middle East, as you all know, and our region is actually a lot complicated. Because not all of our countries can communicate to each other, which makes communication so much harder. So we're talking about this mainly, and we decided on one person will be in charge of passing all the information to those whom we cannot communicate with, And as leaders, we meet once a year to talk about what's going on in each nation, in each country, and to seek God's heart for what He wants in each country. And a lot of countries are still in pioneering stage, so officially we don't have any circles, but we do know that circles will help us grow and to be in this area, and we are talented in. So in our region, we feel like 2 circles are crucial at this time for us, which are intercession and training. Then comes communication. For communication, many have been working on social media accounts like Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp groups, but it can be challenging to create a Middle East account, for all of us, for all of the Middle East countries, because it can be dangerous. So we decided on each country will have its own account, and this specific person will keep on sending updates, keep on sending information to the countries we cannot communicate with. For training, we're pretty active in that, not to show off. But training, very active, and some of our leaders are being really active in it, especially Jihad, Niveen, and Bassem, who are in charge of that. And for intercession, so many people have it on their hearts, and you are planning to work on it more, especially with the kids, and in these times where we actually need intercession. Secondly, the second question, I think it was internationally, if someone has it on their heart to be a part of an international circle. So some have helping kids worship in their hearts, and some feel we need to work on our region first so that we can work internationally. And some other circles we thought could be added to our list, which are education, sports, education and sports. And then we went in countries and we discussed for our future plans how we can work on each circle, and if someone wants to be in charge of each circle. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All of that in 1 hour and a half. Great. Yes. To involve children and teenagers in intercession, in the intercession circle, I think it's vital. It's something that the Lord spoke to us recently, saying, we need to find a way in our ministry to involve children and youth in our circle, in intercession more. So thank you very much to consider that, and thank you for the communication. We know that this is a challenge, but we'll find ways. Thank you. South America. Welcome, Kike.
So what we spoke about in the circles, well, we are doing in Colombia, many of the King's Kids Ministry are very connected with the YWAM bases. So we are doing this job, I think 3 years ago, with the YWAM bases about the circle. So it's a topic that we spot a lot, and we work, and we have some circles working there in the nation and in some cities. But what we do yesterday was see the circles and try to identify key leaders that can be the bridge or the point person to connect it with the international area. No want to say that they're going to be part of the international circle, but they're going to be maybe the bridge to permanent, to avoid, I don't know how to say, to stay connected, to don't, like mix that in middle of. We are a little challenging in the chill, safe wording chill circle to see who is going to be involved there because we are a little responsible in other circles, so we are looking how that work. But for us, we feel like it's like very key part of what is coming on because that help us in Colombia and then in the region to mobilize more easily. For example, we have a circle now that is working in the, transformation camp. So we are trying to help others that are develop that, like as the Nico circle, but in this transformation camp that is about the 7 spheres. So we are trying to do it and help other places. And we spoke about it too. We want maybe have a IST team in the Americas. I don't know how that circle called, but we speak about it. That we would like to have that kind of circle where we can help to develop King's Kids in other countries. Like a mobile circle that can help other places in the Americas that want start King's Kids. So we spoke a little about it, and that was the time we shared together.
Thank you very much. And it's good because if you already are a little bit ahead of most of us, we can come and ask you some questions on how we can move forward. And please don't hesitate to share your stories and how it functions. And if you have any question, you can go to them, as it seems that they are a little bit more experienced than us, than most of us in this area of developing circles. Thank you very much. North America?
A lot of our discussions revolved around questions, asking questions, and it's a new idea, not a new idea in terms of the world in management, and we know that YWAM has moved to circles, but implementing and how that exists in our ministries. We see it as a good thing, creating the circles. There's a good management in that, and relating to one another. And that was one of the questions we had was, how would people be involved? Are we saying everyone at every base, any King's Kids worker would be involved in a circle, or would we have just key people, and would you have kind of a circle at your base, if you had a lot of activities, then a national circle, and how would that relate from the national to the regional, then maybe to the international, and the communication that goes between that. So there was a lot of discussion about how that would work out. And we also agreed that the involvement or the creation even of a circle, whether you're involved at a local, national, regional, international level, really flows out of what you're already doing and who you are. There are people that are naturally gifted, interested in working in training, for example. So it would make sense they would do that. But then if you had a base, do you want to have, all of the circles, which are part of our ministry? And we all want to see all of that happening. But do we have the gifts to do that at our own base or even on a national level. So we discussed how that would be and how we might get involved in either creating or being involved in one of those circles. We had a lot of discussion also regarding how, in our particular situation in North America, the definition, it's easy to define North America, Canada, Minnesota, Mexico. Canada. What did I say? I don't even know what I said. Canada. It's in the U.S. Come on, you guys. She's going to remember that and point that. Remember when you said, I just gave her something to put in her little box of winning the argument. Jeff, you're losing your mind. Of course you're not right. Canada, U.S., Mexico. But it's not all that simple because Mexico relates more into South America. And then what about our friends in the Caribbean? And you say, oh, well, they're not, the Caribbean's not North America, while Puerto Rico might become a state. And okay. So we're going to work through how our region is defined. And then see how we can develop those circles in there with the things that we have in our hands. Our friends in you're not from Minnesota. Ingrid's from Norway. It's a new island down in the Caribbean. But that was a joke. Ingrid is a Norse name. So, but in Jamaica, they're doing things. We said that could be part of a circle that would then be involved in the rest of our region. So, in all of that, we agreed communication is vital, and considering having a regional, regular communication touch place. We haven't done that before. It was recommended that maybe we do that as we develop these circles. Oh, and I'm not going to list all of them. We also went through, as all of you did, new circle ideas, and so we threw a bunch of those out. If you want those, I can send them to you.
Please do that. Thank you very much. I think it's true that we are in a process with these circles, and not only us, but also our wider tribe. YWAM is also trying out discovering how it fits, how we are moving into that. So it's we will not tell you it's point A, B, C, D, and it's how it works. I think you had a good point, Jeff, saying it's with who we are and what we are doing that we will develop these circles. And I don't think that every one of us, we should be involved in a circle. For example, I can share, Marjo, your example, saying, Marjo told me, I think I will not go in a circle because I'd rather be in a task force, meaning you give me a task and I do I do what I have on my heart, of course, with my giftings, but I'd rather be in a task force than in a circle. And that's fine. I mean, I don't think that every one of us, we need to be in a circle. Yes. If he does that, first I want to see how he sees Switzerland in the big picture, Okay. Yes, and I even think that we will not be at all at the end of our process, at the end of our ILA, but it's something that we will carry on in our regions as the ILA is over. Yes, now Africa. I guessed it was you. I don't know why. You are such a good communicator. And we can thank her because she's posting on the Signal group every announcement. Yes.
So, hello everyone. We kind of have the circles in our regions, but not calling them actually circles. we have like communication, and Africa is a big continent. So we actually have West Africa. We actually have 2 regions in West Africa. We have Central Africa. So it's kind of a big deal to talk about circle just about Africa. So we discussed about what were happening into our regions. We have like the NICO going on, and communication is really something we're working on. Outreaches in West Africa, we're really pretty good at outreaching. So yeah, we got a lot of those circles, but we are going to work more intentionally to reunite like all Africa, or even in a region, have more connection between the countries, and being more intentional in what we are doing, in what we are calling circles, and even choosing people to be part of the international circles so that we could be connected to one another and really live it like as a community. There are some points like the safeguarding of the children that we need to be more intentional, more focused on it, and more like, we need to work more on those kind of points, but according to our laws, according to what is happening in our own countries, and also some intercession. In West Africa, for example, in Togo, we actually work a lot on intercession, having all the youth involved in intercession, but in some other countries, this is something they really need to start to really be more involved in. And yeah, that's it. We have kind of all the circuits, but we need to work more on it and be more intentional. Written. Okay. So yeah, that's it. And about the other circles we were talking about, I think this one is part of the training, but it's something called Destiny by Vision. Destiny by Design, sorry. So this could be another circle we can add and work more in our region. It's Wendy that can really explain to you what is Destiny by Design. So you can just ask her, please. Thank you.
That's okay. Thank you very much. And Europe?
You can see what generation I am. Well, Europe, we are quite a lot of people here. And before, many years ago, we had passion points in Europe. So we were kind of starting these things already many years ago, but they declined, and we haven't had them for some years. But we felt that this is really something for us in the region, to think of the regional circles. But as Jeff said, we want people to be where they have their heart, where their passion is. So we were actually asking everyone, where is your passion? And wrote it down. Because in October, we will have our European conference. And then we could really work with this when we know who wants to be in what kind of circles, so what kind of circles we can have. And so it was really good work for us as a region to do this. We also found out that there are some new we want to have in our region at least, and one is to work with the Catholic Church, because many are doing that in Europe. Another one is around teenagers and work with teenagers. And we also felt that we might miss child evangelism, and also spoke a little bit about mental care. But then we were looking on the different nations and what different networks we already are involved in, like almost like a circle, but in the nation. And all the nations had different kinds of these circles with other organizations. And that was very interesting to see that we really work together with other organizations too. After there came some questions, and I think they can be good to have here. Who can be in an international circle? What is demanded of that person? Do you need to have been in King's Kids for many years, or can it be just a new person? Or who can be in the international circle? And how will you be invited to a circle? International, regional, we can work out ourselves in the region. And then also, how will we work together, like maybe not local, but the national, the regional, and the international circles? How will we find each other, and how will we work together? I think that's all. Anyone else in Europe? Okay.
Thank you. Just to give a start of an answer to your question, I think that to join an international circle, or any circle, you need to have a heart that goes, if you want to be involved at an international level, it means that you have a heart for the world. And that you are not only focused on your nation or region, but you feel that in your heart you have space and time to be involved at an international level. And I think that at an international level, we, of course, will welcome people that are clear, but I think it's true for every circle, are clear with the vision, with the values, and that we know. We will not try to explain what is King's Kids and who we are, and but at the same time, we'd like to, as we said yesterday, to welcome younger leaders in our midst, even at an international level. Honestly, I think that basically it's through relationship that it will happen. We don't have, requirements before entering a circle. You need to have this and that and this and that. It's more out of relationship. We meet someone that has the same passion than us. It's what happened with Aaron with communication. Where he is linking with people that have the same interest, and they are joining him. But suddenly in Switzerland, one of our team members said, "Oh, I looked at your website, and I think I can improve it a little bit. I have ideas." And I said, "Okay, would you be willing to?" And he said, "Yes." And I connecting both of them, and something is happening. So I think it's really in terms of relationship, and I have no doubt that we will find one another, and to build these bridges. At an international level, we are connecting with the regions. So you will know what is happening within your nations. So I think that if you see that there is a strong circle, let's say on intercession in your nation, and that you would know that there is an international circle on intercession, somehow we can link the leaders or the ones that are facilitating these circles. I think it will be, we all need, it's not the responsibility of one person to connect all these circles at every level. We are in a movement. So I think it's more every one of us to be alert and to say, at the international level, do we have a circle on that? And, I know someone that at a national level, and I think she could, just facilitate it because she has a heart for the nations. Yeah, more in terms of relationship. Do you want to add something else, Kathy or Dale? Yes? Can non-KKI people be invited into a circle? The answer is, of course, yes, without any doubt. The thing is that the leaders of a circle, we want at an international level, we want these people to be part of KKI. But even at an international level, we have some people that are involved in our group that are not part of KKI in our groups. Yeah. Thank you. Any other question or comments? We still have a little bit of time. We are doing so well with timing during this ILA. That's great. Yes? Yes, of course. Please, within your region, keep on communicating, updating us. You know the email address now by heart, I hope, or through Signal, WhatsApp, whatever means, Facebook page. But continue to communicate with us on how you are developing your ideas and related to the circles, but also, to the values document. Or please let this communication flow from the regions to the international. We will answer you.